All right, let's talk skiing. If you're anything like me, you're probably already dreaming of hitting the slopes.
Definitely. And if you're planning a ski trip this year, you're probably feeling a little overwhelmed by all the choices.
So many resorts, so little time, right?
Exactly.
Well, worry no more because today we're doing a deep dive into the world of U.S. ski resorts.
We're going to break it all down for you.
We found this awesome YouTube video that counts down the top 25 resorts in the U.S.
And it's not just a list, it actually gives you a real sense of the vibe of each place.
Yeah, you can tell the person who made this video is a total ski fanatic.
100%. Their passion really shines through, which makes it even more fun to watch.
So as we were watching, what stood out to you? Any trends or themes that emerged?
One thing that really struck me is the incredible diversity of experiences.
Oh, yeah, totally. You've got everything from super luxurious resorts to more laid-back, rustic ones.
Right. Some are all about pushing your limits on challenging terrain, while others are more focused on family fun and après-ski activities.
Okay, so let's jump into some specific results. The video kicks off with Aspen Snowmass, calling it a place where the air is crisp, the champagne flows, and adventure calls.
Aspen is definitely iconic.
I mean, that description alone is pretty tempting.
It is, and for good reason. Aspen Snowmass has 4 mountains to explore with something for everyone, from beginners to total experts.
And yeah, the luxury factor is undeniable.
Oh, absolutely. We're talking gourmet dining, high-end boutiques, and that undeniable Aspen glamour.
You're really selling me on this champagne flows thing. Though I have to say, I'm more of a craft beer by the fire kind of skier. Speaking of which, the video highlights Steamboat Springs, Colorado, as Ski Town, USA. They talk about the genuine Western charm and something called champagne powder.
Ah, champagne powder. Every skier's dream.
Okay, break it down for me. What exactly is so special about the champagne powder?
Basically, it's incredibly light and fluffy snow, almost like skiing on a cloud. It's a result of the low humidity and cold temperatures in the Rockies.
And Steamboat Springs is known for getting a ton of it.
Buckets of it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the vibe there is very different from Aspen. It's much more down-to-earth, authentic, and rooted in cowboy culture. Think cozy saloons, live music, and a super friendly, welcoming atmosphere.
You know, I'm kind of picturing myself in a cozy cabin after a day of floating through that champagne powder.
Sounds perfect.
But for those seeking a bit more of an adrenaline rush, the video takes us to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. They describe it as cowboy country where the mountains are rugged and the views are breathtaking.
Jackson Hole is intense.
Yeah, and they even issue a warning. Not for the faint of heart.
Definitely not. Jackson Hole is famous for its expert terrain. We're talking steep chutes, challenging bowls, and some seriously gnarly backcountry skiing.
It's the kind of place where you can really test your skills.
For sure.
Yeah.
But even if you're not a hardcore skier, the scenery alone is worth the trip. The Teton Range is just majestic.
Okay, this is making me want to book a flight right now. But let's say you're looking for something a bit more off the beaten path. The video highlights Telluride, Colorado as a hidden gem tucked away in the San Juan Mountains, and they even say getting there is an adventure in itself.
Telluride is amazing, and its remoteness is a big part of its appeal.
So you're saying the journey is part of the experience.
Absolutely. It's not the easiest place to get to, but that just adds to the charm.
You get a real sense of discovery.
Exactly. Plus, you've got incredible scenery, challenging terrain for all levels, and a super charming historic town with a really laid-back vibe.
All right, so we've got luxury, we've got charm, we've got adventure. What about pure, unadulterated pampering? The video dives into Deer Valley, Utah, describing it as where luxury meets the mountains.
Ah, Deer Valley.
They even talk about heated sidewalks.
That's Deer Valley in a nutshell. They really go above and beyond when it comes to service and creating a refined ski experience.
It sounds like the ultimate splurge.
It is. But if you're looking for the ultimate luxurious ski vacation, it's hard to beat.
Heated sidewalks, that's next level. Though part of me wonders, do you ever lose touch with the raw power of nature when you're that pampered?
It's a good question. It's all about finding the right balance, I guess.
Totally. Speaking of raw power, the video takes us to Snowbird, Utah. They call it where serious skiers come to play, and they really emphasize the steep slopes and challenging terrain.
Snowbird is no joke.
You can tell it's a place where you can really push your limits.
Definitely not for beginners. But if you're looking for a true challenge and want to experience some of the best skiing in North America, Snowbird is the place to be.
Wow, what a contrast. From heated sidewalks to these wild, untamed slopes. It's amazing how much variety there is. But let's be real, not everyone is a hardcore skier looking to conquer the most challenging terrain. What about those of us who want a more relaxed, family-friendly experience?
There are tons of options for that, too.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Like, take Keystone, Colorado. The video highlights its family-friendly atmosphere.
Awesome. What makes it so great for families?
Well, they've got amazing kids programs, tons of family activities like ice skating and tubing, and they even offer night skiing.
Night skiing.
Right. How cool is that?
That's such a fun idea. It must be magical, especially for kids.
It is. Plus, Keystone is known for its well-groomed runs and diverse terrain, so there's something for everyone, regardless of their skill level.
It's incredible how each of these resorts has its own unique personality. We've got the glitz and glamour of Aspen, the down-to-earth charm of Steamboat, the raw power of Snowbird, and the family-friendly vibe of Keystone.
It's like choosing between different worlds.
It really is. And the best part is, we've only just scratched the surface. There are so many more incredible resorts out there, each with its own story to tell.
So the question is,
What kind of ski experience are you looking for?
and what I love about this video is it doesn't just focus on the big names,
Mhm.
it also highlights some of the lesser-known resorts.
Oh, the hidden gems. Tell me about those.
Okay, well, there's Sugarloaf in Maine. The video describes it as raw and rugged, with untamed wilderness, breathtaking views, and a true sense of adventure.
Okay, you had me at untamed wilderness.
Nah.
What else makes Sugarloaf stand out?
Well, it's known for its challenging terrain, especially its famous snowfields.
Snowfields.
Yeah, it's some of the steepest and deepest skiing in the East.
Mm.
It also has a really laid-back, authentic vibe, and it's surrounded by stunning natural beauty.
Calling my name. Any other resorts that give you that off-the-beaten-path kind of feel?
Yeah, actually, Snowshoe Mountain in West Virginia caught my eye.
Snowshoe Mountain.
Yeah. The video calls it a winter wonderland with light, fluffy, deep snow, and they highlight the charming village at the top of the mountain.
Wait, a village at the top of the mountain?
Yep.
That's so cool. What's it like?
Super cozy and intimate. Imagine, strolling through the village after a day of skiing.
Stopping for a hot chocolate.
Exactly. Or craft beer, just soaking up the mountain atmosphere.
All right, Snowshoe Mountain is officially on my list. Now, we talked about family-friendly resorts earlier, but any others stand out in that category?
Oh, for sure. Like Beaver Creek in Colorado.
Beaver Creek.
Yeah, the video describes it as having a warm, fuzzy, feel-good vibe and says that everyone's welcome. It's known for its gentle slopes, its excellent ski school, and a ton of family-friendly activities.
Warm and fuzzy sounds perfect for a family ski trip. Okay, I'm curious, are there any resorts that really stand out for having a sense of history?
Definitely. Sun Valley, Idaho immediately comes to mind.
Sun Valley, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's got a fascinating history. The video describes it as a place where old Hollywood glamour meets world-class skiing.
Glamour. Okay, I'm listening.
And get this, Ernest Hemingway used to hang out there.
No way. Hemingway in Sun Valley. I love it. Do you think it still has that old Hollywood feel?
Oh, absolutely. It has a timeless elegance and a rich history. Plus, you've got challenging terrain, beautiful scenery, and luxurious amenities.
It's like stepping back in time. Are there other resorts with a similar vibe?
For sure. There's Squaw Valley Alpine Meadows in California, home of the 1960 Winter Olympics.
Oh, wow, the Olympics.
Yep. The video talks about its stunning views of Lake Tahoe and highlights all the different activities.
You can ski on the same slopes where Olympic history was made. That's amazing.
Right. And Squaw Valley is known for its challenging terrain, especially KT22. It's considered one of the most challenging runs in North America.
I'm sensing a theme here. Speaking of legendary terrain, are there any other resorts known for really challenging slopes? You know, the kind that get those expert skiers really excited?
Oh, yeah, tons. Breckenridge, Colorado is a big one.
Breckenridge. What makes it so special for those hardcore skiers?
Well, it's got high altitude, high energy, and high adventure.
I love that description.
Right. The video calls it a skier's paradise. And it's got 5 massive peaks.
5.
Yeah, and it's got enough powder to make a snowman the size of the house. It's got steep chutes, wide open bowls, glades, even some backcountry terrain.
Sounds epic.
It is. And the high altitude keeps the snow light and fluffy all season long.
Okay, I know we haven't talked about it yet, but what about après-ski? What resorts are known for having that really lively atmosphere after a day on the slopes?
Well, the video gave Killington, Vermont a shout-out.
Killington. What's the vibe like there?
Super lively. They even mentioned specific places like the Wobbly Barn and the Pickle Barrel.
The wobbly barn and the pickle barrel, those names.
Right. It's definitely a place to let loose, celebrate those epic runs, and share stories with your fellow skiers.
Sounds like a blast. And actually, the video also mentioned Heavenly, which straddles the California-Nevada border. They describe it as Times Square on a mountain with an electric vibe.
Heavenly's all about nonstop entertainment. You can ski all day and party all night. The views of Lake Tahoe are stunning too.
All right, so we've covered history, adventure, luxury, après-ski. Is there anything else? Are there any resorts that offer something truly unique, something that really sets them apart from the rest?
Well, they mentioned Whiteface Mountain in New York, the site of the 1980 Winter Olympics,
Whiteface Mountain.
and they highlight the opportunity to try bobsledding.
Wait,
A
bobsledding.
real deal. On an Olympic track.
No way. I would totally do that.
It's such a cool experience. Plus, Whiteface itself is known for its challenging terrain and gorgeous views of the Adirondacks.
It's going on my bucket list. What other resorts offer those once-in-a-lifetime experiences?
Well, Mount Bachelor in Oregon is a powderhound's dream.
Mount Bachelor. Okay, tell me more.
Get ready for this. The video calls it a powderhound's dream with face shots for days.
I mean, sign me up. What's so special about the powder there?
They get massive amounts of light, dry powder, and the mountain has a great variety of terrain.
All right, so we've talked about a lot of incredible resorts, but I'm wondering, what about those of us who are looking for a more laid-back, budget-friendly experience?
The video actually recommends Copper Mountain in Colorado for that.
Copper Mountain.
Yeah, it's known for having naturally divided terrain.
What does that mean?
Basically, the mountain is laid out in a way that naturally separates skiers of different abilities.
So beginners can stick to the easier slopes, while more advanced skiers can head to the challenging stuff.
Exactly. It's perfect for groups with mixed skill levels.
Makes total sense. It's not always about finding the fanciest resort. Sometimes it's about finding a place where everyone can relax and have a good time.
Right. And Copper Mountain seems to offer that perfect balance.
This deep dive has been incredible. We've covered so much ground, from luxury escapes to hidden gems to family-friendly havens and adrenaline-pumping challenges. It's clear there's so much variety out there.
There really is. But with so many options, I'm sure some listeners are feeling a little overwhelmed.
Totally. Where do you even begin?
It can definitely be tough.
Any advice for our listeners on how to narrow down the choices?
Well, I think it comes down to figuring out your priority.
Priorities, yeah.
Like, what are you really looking for in a ski trip?
Exactly.
Are you craving challenging terrain, or are you more about those luxurious amenities?
Right. Or maybe you're all about the après-ski scene.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe a family-friendly atmosphere is top priority.
Once you know what you're looking for, you can start to narrow down the choices.
For sure.
And then don't forget about the practical stuff.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Like budget, travel time,
And even the time of year you want to go.
all super important.
Yeah, those things can really make or break a trip.
Totally.
I mean, if you're on a tighter budget, maybe some of those lesser-known resorts we talked about would be a better fit.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So many great options out there.
There really are. And, you know, this video has been an awesome starting point.
It really has.
But it's just that.
A starting point.
Right. Now it's time for you, our listener, to take over.
To do your own deep dive.
Exactly. Pick a few resorts that really piqued your interest.
The ones that really spoke to you.
Yeah, and do some more research.
Explore. Because every resort has its own story to tell. What I think is so cool is that the best ski trip isn't necessarily about the fanciest resort.
Right. Or the most famous name.
It's about finding the place that speaks to you.
The place that makes you excited to get out there and experience the joy of skiing.
Exactly.
It's all about the feeling.
The experience.
And creating memories that will last a lifetime.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I have to say, this has been such a fun deep dive.
It really has.
I'm feeling inspired, informed, and ready to plan my next adventure.
Me too. And remember, the mountains are calling.
Ooh, I like that. The mountains are calling.
So it's time to answer that call.
And create your own epic ski story.
Happy skiing, everyone.
Until next time.